But you are, in your own mind, in your own twisted, distorted, warped mind, you're convinced that in a moment of weakness between now and 2, when we're really desperate, when the phone calls are dropping off desperately, that we're going to open up your mic. Let's ask Kyle if there's any chance that we're going to open up your mic today. Look at that. There is an immediate, very negative response. Like no chance. As they say on the Alice Rantel show, get serious, okay? No way, Jose, as they say on QBA. Let's go to... And then I heard Major invite you in the other day. Boy, you talk about desperate. See, the only reason he wanted to do that is so that when you left and he had no calls, then he could blame you for it. See, that's Stan's new modus operandi. He brings in stiff guests like Herman and McQueen, keeps them on for 2 hours, then a half hour after they leave, he said, we got no calls. Well, they really blew away the whole audience. He's got to have a scapegoat. First it was the Haitians. Well, he wanted just a goat, is what it was. And the Haitians, you should have seen, they had all these goats up and down 207th Drive. It was incredible. No, now it's not the Haitians that do the Santeria, is it? No. Cubans? Yes. Si.
Adios.
Okay. See, that amazes me. I thought, I was under a very, very deluded misconception there. I thought that was a Haitian thing, where the Haitians only do little voodoo dolls of Stan Major, but they do not do Santeria. Tamarack, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Neil.
In fact, I heard that Sergio Pereira has a little voodoo doll and it's got 15 new suits.
Neil?
Yes.
I'm not a short-time listener, but I get a great deal of pleasure out of your program.
Thank you so much.
I know that you've had many requests for asshole, and
I can't believe you said that. You said it with such class.
There was one woman that was offended. Well, my son comes to see me, and he travels on I-95, and that's what he calls them.
Yeah.
And I would appreciate if you would play it, and I would record it and send it to him. He lives out of state.
Really? Well, I'll tell you what, at a quarter of... Okay?
Quarter of one?
Quarter of one.
Yes.
I'll play it for you.
Yes, another thing I want to tell you about Lee Fowler.
Speaking of, yes.
When he gets on the program, he talks to the audience as...
Rogers, WIOD Miami, 33055, and we'll see that you get yours. Okay, we have 2 open lines in Dade again, man. The rush is on at Bayside, 624-9400. I'm going to tell you something. We probably ought to have about 7 Broward lines, you know? It's going to be, as the months go on, it's going to be a law of diminishing return in Dade. There are very, very few people who speak it in English in Dade County. Coral Gables, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Here's one of them, yes.
Say, you know, although I never listened to this, what's his name, Fowler, a friend of mine called me and said that, he says, tune in on Fowler, he said. He's defending Waldheim.
Oh, no.
I called up and I had 2 or 3 calls. He was arguing with callers who were anti-Waldheim. So I called him up and I said, say, Mr. Fowler, you say there is no evidence against Waldheim. I said, are you aware of the fact that the files in the government in Washington show that he signed the instructions to expel 50,000 Greeks and Greek Jews to Auschwitz, to the gas chambers?
Yeah.
He said, I'd like to see that signature to see if it's a real signature.
Oh, come on.
There's no evidence against him at all.
Unbelievable.
I said, look, don't get me wrong, Mr. Fowler. I'm not discussing the Pope's visit or anything like that. It's just you claim there's no evidence against him.
Yeah.
And you're disputing
Don't you understand? Wait a minute, sir. Sir.
So,
hello.
He's hello.
Listen, I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
Fowler never met a fascist he didn't like, okay?
I got to say one more thing, please.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
In fact, if you hold on 1 second, we have a little bit of Lee's comments that one of our spies taped today.
Einkäufe.
Yeah.
Wie viel kostet es?
10 Mark.
Haben Sie nichts anderes?
Von derselben Sorte?
Those were some of Lee's comments today, sir.
All right, I'll finish it by saying what I concluded with. I said, Mr. Fowler, I said, are you sure you don't have a little strain of anti-Semitism?
Oh, a little strain?
Yeah. He says,
it's
you
serious.
idiot, and he hung up on me.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If you look up anti-Semitism in the dictionary, you'll see Lee's picture next to it. And I'm not apologizing for that one, because I've heard all of his comments over the last 2 or 3 years he's been in this market. He is unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. When are you going on vacation?
The end of the week.
We'll miss you.
Okay.
Right.
I'll think of you. Okay. 20 minutes before 1 at WINZ, Stan Major's in the building. Stan's going to be here to set the record straight. He's going to be attacking Ernie Sochin and that group of 90-year-old geriatric misfits who Ernie has developed over the last several months. A spy in Boca. Okay, should we take Tamarack first or Boca? Well, let's take Boca first. Hello.
Yeah, don't take Tamarack at all.
Okay.
I got the latest scoop. I listened to the WIOD 1230 update.
The update.
Here's the latest news. Rick Weaver has kidnapped Sandy Payton. He's demanding a starting fullback and a bar of toast for her safe release. That's all from this Wind Spy.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Oh, boy. There's a strange aroma coming from the 79th Street Causeway. And it's not from Benihana either, I'll tell you that. Unbelievable. Okay, we have an open line in Dade, of course, 624-9400. See, one thing about Fowler, and I think he means it. I don't think he's doing it out of desperate, although he is desperate from these numbers, but I think he really means it because he's such a douchebag. He's always defending these criminals of one kind or another, like this guy, I never can think of this guy's name because he's such a repulsive, subhuman individual that they let out of jail in California, who raped the girl, a 14-year-old girl, and cut off her arms and left her to die. And he's always defending this guy. He did like a week's worth of shows on that before he went away on vacation. Now he comes back and he's defending the Pope's meeting with Kurt Waldheim. Of course, we know that Lee is a practicing Catholic, and we do mean practicing, and that, he runs to church every Sunday as if that's going to, they're going to forgive him for the sins that he's doing on that station. Even the Pope himself couldn't give you special dispensation, Lee, for what you've done to that radio station, okay? Even the Holy Father can't forgive you for that. So does it come as any surprise that he would defend, anything the damn Pope does? Okay, we have an open line in Dade. I think I said that. 624-9400. The Island Queen is desperate to hear anything but Glenn's voice. If it's Glenn's voice, no chance. No way. No way, Jose. Okay, Stan Major is in the building now. He's going to decide which mic boom he's going to be using it to. And these ratings are so astronomical now that I don't even know where to begin. Stan takes a lot of credit for the afternoons, of course, because the gossip... No, it's true. The gossip was out on the street that he was coming here, and there can be no question that they've got a gigantic tune-in audience, especially in the Haitian community. And all of those people, of course, have diaries. If they could fill them out, can you imagine the number we could add? Now, that's only a joke. See, are they going to be sensitive about that? Huh? No. They accept if they're filled out in Creole, that's okay. But here we're sitting here. We only had a 9.7 share in May in midday. And I don't know what we're going to do about that. And Alice, man, you've got some stiff competition in the afternoon, Stan. I mean stiff. And if Alice drops the dating show, what are they going to do then? They're really going to be floundering and desperate. You heard about Sandy? Boy, what's going on in this market, boys and girls? It's just more than we can handle. It's more than they can handle, that's obvious. Joe? Oh, yeah, Joe Johnson's doing a big job. As a matter of fact, those of you who want to pick on Glenn and his insipid behavior and idiotic cackle, how about our good friend Joe Johnson? Now, see, Joe's okay if you put him in a recording studio all by himself for about a half an hour and let him put together something clever, fine. But put him on the air live, and it's a disaster. It's the end of the world. That's a new format, EOW, end of the world. Speaking of end of the world, the FM numbers are out. Okay. You'll sound good on FM, I'm telling you. You won't have to worry about a mic boom.
Congratulations.
They have incredible equipment up there. You've seen it. And they have that voice synthesizer. We could make Glenn sound good on the FM. He could sound like Lee Gillette.
Why aren't you using your new boom?
Oh, I like the old boom. They asked me this morning when I came in. The first thing I saw when I came to work this morning was Rick Edwards walking into the building. And I sat there pondering whether I should go home or come in. What do you mean you ordered it for me?
It's exactly the same microphone now. See, we changed the microphone.
But it's that big, grotesque boom.
Yeah, but that's what it's there for.
What?
Because it's away from the cart rack, and you can move it around when you get your carts and stuff like that. See? I mean, that whole thing is for you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you're ignoring it.
It used to, too, for stereo.
Could we put them on together? Well, no, it's not plugged in. Why don't you plug it in over here on number 1? And you're also going to have to look at this. Everything was just fine. See, this is practicing for FM. Now, wait a minute. Don't pull the mic away, you douchebag. What a maniac he is. I had it all set. The man just is here. I think it's sabotage. I think Tom Likas is paying him off to come back and mess up my show. Okay, now, do we have both mics open? How does it sound? Does it sound like FM yet?
Yes, you're an A-S-S-H-O-L-E. And don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. You were an asshole yesterday. You're an asshole tonight. I've got a feeling you'll be an asshole the rest of your life. Talking to your mother just the other night. I told her I thought you were an asshole. She said, yes, I think you're right. And all your friends are assholes, 'cause you've known them your whole life. And somebody told me you've got an asshole for a wife. Were you born an asshole, or did you work at it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight.
That's number 1/2. I don't know which one of these to talk into now. Are they both on? Is this one on too? Stereo AM. Now, they don't both sound the same either, do they? You can tell it. Oh, this one's a little tinnier, right? And this one is like a ballsy mic. Feel like Lee Gillette. 85 in a row on. Okay, it's 11 before 1 at WINZ. Tweety Bird is locked up in the corner now. We've got him right where we want him. Just like the Celtics fan said the day he called in after the Lakers took a 3-1 lead in the series. He said, we got him right where we want him now. And we'll come back right after this.
94 News wins.
Okay, I want to thank the young lady who called in to tell me what this thing was, this timer that I've got that looks like a lava light, because otherwise I'd be going nuts trying to figure out what it is. It's great. And I also want to thank the gentleman who sent it. This is the guy who came by the day we did the show on the front lawn and had all those needles and all the drugs and was shooting up with everybody on the front lawn. That's the guy. He sent this by. Okay, where we go next? Tamarack, hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Okay.
Hey, I have some very interesting news today. I was down at the Sunshine Plaza, and lo and behold...
Well, wait a minute. In Sunshine Plaza?
Yes, Sunshine Plaza.
What the hell is that?
Well, it's a place for where Publix is and a lot of other shops are on the corner of 441 in Oakland.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right. And I was moseying on down there, and normally one these papers. You know, they give away papers. And guess what paper they were giving away?
The Herald.
Right.
Great.
Right, and I think I will go there every day, perhaps, and get a free Herald. Anyway, that's very interesting. But what's even more interesting is you've got the news on Hollandale that the police are now citing elderly people for jaywalking.
By the dozen, yeah.
Yes, and 2 or 3 were killed or something like that.
Like about a half a dozen since the beginning of the year.
Yes, well, maybe they want to meet the Muckamummets real quick.
Evidently, it's the Kamikaze Crossing, sir.
It is. Do you, I personally...
They have a new slogan at the Herald. We can't give it away.
I was wondering, is this really a gag, or have they lost a little of their business?
No, they lost a lot of business. They're desperate. Their circulation was way down to begin with, and since we've been doing our Just Say No to the Herald campaign, we have really hurt them badly.
Oh, well,
seriously.
That's really... What's the latest news about Sandy?
You haven't heard? What do you mean the latest news?
The only news I ever heard was that she's going to be bumped and she's going to be going where Lee's place is, possibly.
What do you mean she's going to be bumped? She's gone.
Today?
You're so far behind. Where have you been hiding all day, in a cocoon?
Did I get the latest news last... Okay, tell me.
Okay, here it is. This morning, from one of our spies, we got a little bit late, about 10:30.
Yeah.
But it turns out that Doug Young, who is the producer, in other words, he books the guest. He's not a talk host. He's not an on-the-air person.
Right.
He's doing her show today because Sandy, they've been jerking her around and really giving her a rough time.
Right.
And so she evidently must have got another job somewhere because she told them that she wants to be released from her contract.
Yeah.
She had a year and a half to go on the contract. And evidently the response was, hasta luego. So she's gone.
She has gone.
And Mike Miller, of course, is finishing out his last week and a half. So they're like, to say floundering would be a compliment.
Yes, but their golden star is going to be arising in July.
Who's that?
Don't you know?
No, we don't say his name.
I know, the great man.
He may not come back from one of those restaurants in Italy.
You mean he's on vacation?
Oh, yeah, he's been over in Italy. I got a card of naked statues from him. Every time he goes over there, he sends me a postcard of naked statues.
Oh, well, who's going to be filling in for beyond his time? They got between 2 and 4. What are they going to throw in the morning?
You're asking me?
Maybe Lee Fowler might move over.
Do you need a job?
Oh, I'd gladly volunteer for that kind of...
Okay, I'm going to start a rumor. This is totally unsubstantiated, but since there's so many rumors flying, I heard through the grapevine, I just made it up, the new midday host on WIOD, Harvey from Kendall.
Well, let's put it this way. If you can hire him for $2,000 a year...
Yeah, sounds good to me.
that sounds good to everything. But isn't she going to be moving over to...
I would think so, yeah. Well, maybe they can hire Ron Sachs.
He's going to be going?
Well, if they hire Sandy, wouldn't you think that... I mean, who the hell knows? They all keep changing and changing and changing, and it's enough to make you dizzy. You just can't keep track of what's going on in this town.
Well, maybe the good news might be that maybe there might be some way that a lot of the Contra support, maybe they might want to buy W Snooze and make it a Spanish station again.
Sounds good to me.
And then there would only be Sandy Payton, and then there would be WNWS and WINZ, and basically that's it.
Okay.
Okay, that's terrible news. Bye-bye.
Buenos dias. Dania, hello.
Hi, Neil. First of all, I am not a new listener. I have been following you all over the dial for years. I'm surprised you haven't noticed by now.
Yeah, I can tell.
No, really?
I see your trail everywhere I go.
Yeah, you probably can't. But I'd like to tell you 2 things. First of all, I canceled the Herald years ago, and it took me about 6 months to get them to stop delivering it. I finally had to go down to the office.
Yeah, they're like the Sun Sentinel in reverse. The Sun Sentinel, it takes 6 months to start showing up with a paper. The Herald, you cancel it, and for 6 months they insist on delivering it.
Absolutely. I couldn't turn them off. They just kept bringing it every day. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the second thing I wanted to tell you is we had something happen to us, my family and I, in a restaurant last week that brought you to mind. It was unbelievable. In a restaurant in Emerald Hills, in New Delhi, that opened up in Emerald Hills.
Yeah.
We went in just for dinner. We didn't know anything about any early bird or anything. We just went in for dinner. The only thing we discovered about the early bird was they had it listed on the menu. So we sat there, we ordered sandwiches and other...
Well, wait a minute. Is that the early bird chirping in the background?
Probably is. I have a lot of early birds here. But we're sitting there eating our dinner about 7 o'clock and just sitting there and eating it like you normally would. And all of a sudden, over a loudspeaker, there was this enormous chicken clucking noise. And they announced, the early bird is over. The early bird is... And we looked at each other and we said, Neil Rogers, you should know about this.
God.
It was so funny.
It was either the end of the early bird or the beginning of the Santeria ritual, one or the other.
It scared us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was loud. People jumped.
Unbelievable.
Let me tell you. Anyway, if you ever want to go there, it's the Hills Deli in Emerald Hills, and it's a lot of fun. It's 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
I'll see you there. Okay, don't write that down because I didn't give him a plug. Okay, we have one open line in Broward, 524-9400. Oh, we had another elderly fatality this weekend on Hallandale Beach Boulevard. We just had that from our jaywalking patrol. And we had another tragedy in Hallandale as the Kamikaze Crossing continues as popular as ever. Okay, we're going to come back for one more hour after Mike Wolf brings us those award-winning headlines, CBS with the news at the top of the hour. And don't forget...
If you'd like to participate on today's program, you can call Neil on 624-9400 in Dade or 524-9400 in Broward. And now, here again, Neil Rogers.
Hey, baby, I'm feeling kind of hungry.
Miracles never cease.
And I think you'll enjoy it.
Excellent. I'll look for it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
109 it wins. Let's take a collect call from Stan Major's favorite resort from the Bahamas. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
This is Mike, second-time caller.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Well, I just wondered, when you go on vacation next week, you coming to the Bahamas?
Yeah, I'm coming to Nassau, as a matter of fact, to gamble my brains out.
What about Freeport?
And then I'm coming to Freeport with all my winnings.
Hey, Neil, one day I was listening to you, right, and you were ripping this guy named Cy Huish. I'd like to know who he is.
Cy Huish?
No, Cy Huish.
Oh, yeah. He's an insurance salesman in Broward who doesn't like me but can't turn off the show.
Yeah, I noticed that because this day you was calling him a misfit, a subhuman fart.
No, I didn't say that.
You said it.
I might have said a subhuman misfit.
What about a moron and a jerk?
No, I didn't say that.
Neil, I have the tape right here.
Okay.
What else? I had a couple of things to ask you. How do you think he felt if he was listening to his family?
He probably felt natural.
Huh?
Well, if he'd stopped calling us and bugging us and stopped whining in Kyle's ear, we wouldn't talk about it. I mean, you can only judge people by the way they behave, and he behaves like a moron and a jerk.
I just was curious, because this day I was listening, I said, man, this guy...
I'm really amazed that you would bring him up. He's so obscure, and he hasn't called us in a long time. I think he has? Oh, no, he hasn't. Kyle said he hasn't called. So let sleeping dogs lie, as they say in Hialeah.
Yeah, when we go down to the Xanadu a lot and play tennis, and we always listen to you down there.
Excellent. Well, we're big in the Bahamas. They love Stan Major down there, too.
No, we like you better.
I would hope so.
Stan is, I don't know, something wrong with him.
I know it. Well, he just has bad taste. You got to understand, if Stan knocks you, that's like a boost.
Uh-huh.
Because Stan likes Don Johnson and Madonna and these horrible live performance records. You know, Stan has just got bad taste. So if Stan says that the Bahamas is bad, you'll probably get a whole big influx of business.
What's wrong with Madonna? What's wrong with her?
She just looks like hell, that's all. She's a slob. Am I wrong? She's a tramp.
Hi, Neil.
Is this Madonna?
No.
Okay, it sounds a little bit like her.
This is Nicole.
How you doing, Nicole?
Fine. How are you?
Good. How you doing? What's happening down there? You making a lot of money from all those sucker tourists?
Oh, Neil?
Yes.
I deal with the morons.
What?
I deal with the morons.
Oh, boy. Well, good luck to you.
I mean, and they do have early bird specials down here. You should see them caving in on that.
Good. Well, we got a whole bunch of people from Hallandale we're going to send down to see you.
They come from, we get a lot of them from Miami, from Florida and Hallandale. Cause
yeah.
I work in a hotel, and I have to deal with them. They always ask me, where's the early birds?
Oh, boy. Those are from Florida.
Yeah.
They own the road. Don't you understand that? They own the world.
Yeah, they like...
The whole world is just a big early bird special.
Uh-huh. They like to rent these mopeds, and they don't know how to ride them. You have a few of them laying up in the hospital right now.
I would think so, yeah. Well, that's a good idea. We maybe send some mopeds over to Hallandale. You may have had the suggestion for our problem.
Yeah.
I can just see all the AKs in Hallandale riding their mopeds across Hallandale Beach Boulevard. That makes them a much easier target. Okay, well, listen, it's good hearing from you.
Okay.
And I hope you make a lot of money off all those suckers today.
Oh, they're not suckers.
Okay.
You gotta have a good time.
Whatever you say.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
113 at WINC. Here's, speaking of Hallandale, a young man trapped in the city of choice. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
You're right, you know. I guess people like me just learn to avoid the city and, kind of get away, go to Palm Beach or Miami or whatever.
What do they do, lock you up in a cage when you're in Hallandale?
No, I kind of lock myself up.
Yeah.
Good
thing.
Maybe get out to the Button South once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But what I called to ask you about is totally different from the subject here. I want to know what you think of Pat Boone taking Jim Baker's place for the PTO.
Oh, I think it would be great. I think when we release 8 million of those pictures with the Boone in the box, I think it could be one of the great scandals in the history of America.
I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing on TV here.
Yeah.
Jim Baker's scandal, and then I saw the Pat Boone picture like 2 years ago, even before you came out with it. And I'm watching, I say, Pat Boone replacing Jim Baker. My God, what's happening to, evangelistic TV? Do you get my point?
Yeah, I get your point. It's getting smaller by the minute.
Yeah. But anyway, I was wondering about that.
I think what they need to do is hire John Holmes to be on the PTL.
Well, that's probably the next step, I guess, right?
Going from one extreme to another. You know what Jerry Falwell said? He said that the donations were down to peanuts. So that's probably why they're thinking of Pat Boone. It was probably a subliminal suggestion.
Okay, you're too much, Neil. You really are. You're great. I love you.
That's what Pat Boone said, too.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have any cigar boxes around, so, I can't help you out.
Hey, that's a good suggestion, by the way. Maybe we can send Jim Baker a cigar box, and we can have a Jim in the box. That would be great. Maybe that's the way Jim's going to get his ministry back. He and Pat are going to have a Boone-off on TV. Okay, well, listen, hang in there.
Okay, babe.
Stay tuned for the latest.
Okay.
Okay, another call from the city of choice. 2 in a row. This must be Sonny Rosenberg. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Neil?
Yes.
Listen, I think I have a problem to your early bird special in the city of Hallandale.
Okay.
Well, I've been hearing that you've been coming down hard on Santeria all morning long.
Not me.
Huh?
Not me. I love it.
Oh, I know. So do I.
Only when they use cans.
But, they're going to get mad at you, and what they're going to do is they're going to sacrifice a lot of chickens. Okay? And that means there's not going to be any more early bird specials.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, just, are
just
you going...
a thought, I know. Just a thought.
I know, it is. It's a thought.
Okay, maybe we can promote Santeria in Hallandale.
Yeah, how about that? There won't be any more birds
We can put the early bird right out of business.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, Neil.
Thank you. We have a real creative audience. Okay, 116 at WINZ. We have an open line in each county. We're running out of time here today. The show is just moving like lightning, as Sid Levin would say. In Dade County, 624-9400, and in Broward, 524-9400. If anybody has a job for Mike Miller or Sandy, we certainly invite them to call in. Let's go to Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
Good.
Listen, Neil, do you think Mike Anthony would have the nerve to put that unprepared National Enquirer mentality, nitwit on between 10 and 2 in the morning?
I sure hope so.
I mean, your rumor mill hasn't come up with that yet, have you?
Yeah. Oh, we've had every rumor under the sun. Yeah, the rumor is that he's going to do 10 to 2.
I'd love to see that one come true.
Yeah, I would too.
Because you would vanquish him.
I would think so.
Now, listen, I have another gripe.
Unless there's a run on the Michael DeSisto school.
Oh, yeah, that's another very, very big item with him. If Michael DeSisto doesn't come on the program, he has no program.
Or professional wrestlers, one or the other.
Oh, please. Anyway, I have a gripe to pick with you. When is that article coming out in People magazine?
Well, evidently it's not. Don't pick it with me, pick it with them, as Mike Ranieri would say. Pick it with them.
Huh?
They dumped it.
They did?
Yeah. For some stupid...
Up all your time?
For some stupid thing like, Gary Hart and Donna Rice or some little thing like that. I guess they dumped us.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry to hear that. I was looking forward to reading it.
Well, what can I tell you?
Okay. You take it easy, kid, and if your rumor comes up with that suggestion, I'd be glad to hear about it.
I can't wait.
All right.
See you later.
Right.
Okay, 118 at WINZ. We have an open line in Dade, 624-9400, 624-9400. Let's take our first break of this last hour, and then we'll come right back. 121 at Winds. Our next call from Lauderdale Lakes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Neil. I hear you talking about Madonna, and what I wanted to see if you could help us settle an argument around here. The hair under her arms, right?
Yeah. Grotesque.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you about. To me, I used to feel the same way, but now it's like neither here nor there. Don't you think it's...
No, now it's not. It's neither here nor there. It's all over the place.
Well, we're conditioned on that, though, right? I mean...
We are?
150 years ago, women didn't shave under the arms. They thought they were still...
Yeah, well, she would have been great 150... No, maybe like 500 years ago.
Well, you think it's just ugly in itself, or...
Well, to each his own. I mean, if there are people who like body hair, she's got to be the cat's meow.
Well, this is the argument. I'm saying that, it's not just a naturally ugly thing. Otherwise,
come on.
evolved like that or something,
We would what?
The women would have evolved with hair not under their arms, but the culture started it.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Human beings are evolving into having a lot less hair. You do realize that, don't you?
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. But how come men aren't evolving with less hair then?
They are.
Under
they
the
are.
arms?
They're, huh?
Under the arms?
No, on their bodies. I mean, it all depends. Depending upon the gender, it depends on how much you've got. But she evidently is very butch. I don't know.
Okay. One other little question.
I mean, probably the way to find out if you run into a female truck driver, check out her armpits, and if she's got a lot of hair, you'll find out maybe you're right.
Well, it's not necessarily a turn on, but I don't, it's not such a big turn on.
Well, first of all, even if you wait a minute, let's slow down. Slow down a minute. If you took all the hair off of her body everywhere, okay, for the sake of argument, just look at her face. Look at her from the neck up. She's a slut. She's ugly.
Well, I guess it's.
Oh, come on, let's be honest. She's ugly.
Well, she's not beautiful like Grace Kelly, but
she's not beautiful like anybody, like Dr. Ruth. She's gross.
Well, I don't know.
No, you got to understand.
I'm trying to be objective
with
here.
Today's generation, decadence is in. That's what it's all about. So the more grotesque you look, the more they like it. It's it's their idea of like the 60s of rebellion, counterculture. This is their idea of looking gross. I saw a couple of young girls who could have been attractive, by the way, in the Broward Mall the other day, and they had the mohawk and the whole business and this grotesque, the punk, horrible look, and they look like something from out of a freak show, and they think that's great.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, forget it.
Well, anyway, can I ask you a quickie here? Who is that person that I can't remember his name right now, but you did just a short impersonation of his, it sounded kind of like Bruce Williams at first, but it's one of the people that worked there, I think. Anyway, it's hilarious. Yeah, I wish you'd do more of it.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He kind of talks like, well...
Oh, Jerry Wichner. He doesn't work here. Jerry Wichner, yeah. No, he works at W. Snooze.
Okay, I wish you'd expand on that one. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, Jerry is going to go into the butchering business when he gets off the air. He's already butchering the English language. But, boy, things are not good in his numbers, I'll tell you that. TalkNet destroyed him in the month of May. I mean, just put him to sleep. Destroyed. I mean, they're doing average quarter hours of about 41,000, and he's doing 12,000? Come on, Jer, get serious. Miami, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Did you see Donna Rice's picture in the paper today?
No, I sure didn't. What did I miss, sir?
Oh, it's in the Miami News. And she's at the Grand Prix in Palm Beach with Bruce Jenner.
Oh, boy. What an exciting team they make.
Yeah, it says they're conversing while watching the Grand Prix.
What were they doing, eating Wheaties together?
He's probably checking his Grand Prix.
Yeah. Well, she's big on those, so to speak. Yeah.
I agree with you about Bayside. You want anything to fail in Miami, or anything to fail, just bring it to Miami.
Absolutely. Wait till we have the Miami Heat. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. On a scale of 0, their chances are minus infinity.
They might as well turn that arena into a warehouse.
Exactly.
Forget it.
Or something that sounds like warehouse.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you at Bayside. 26 past 1. Had very little comment about Bayside. That's a big story in the news today. That's the everybody's gnashing their teeth and wringing their hands like it's some kind of a big surprise. They don't understand. This is a flash town. Period. People get excited about something for a short period of time, and then that's it. It's adios. Arrivederci.
Adios.
And it's just like this show today. We got 3 open lines on the board now, which is a very bad sign. I mean, it's a sign that's just enough to make you go into cartwheels. We have 1 open line in Broward, 524-9400. And we have a couple of open lines in Dade at 624-9400. And we better get them all lit up. Otherwise, Major will come on the air at 2, and he'll say that I did something in the last hour to drive away his whole audience. He's got to have somebody to blame every day. It's frightening. Now, you just came racing in here with your WINZ coffee cup as if we're going to open your microphone. Tweety Bird will not give up today. Oh, I got an idea. These are very directional mics. Here's a good idea. No, seriously. Let's do this kind of like step by step. It's like a little tease. You know how when they do the news, they like to tease the big stories of the day? They tease the audience. Oh, first, before we do that, let's take this collect call from Nassau because we're paying a fortune for it. Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Hello?
Hello?
Are you in Nassau?
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Great. How you doing?
All right.
What's up?
Nothing.
Good. Well, it sounds like the beginning of an exciting call.
I just called to tell you that I listen to your show every day. Me and my dad, we sit down, we listen to your show every day.
Fantastic. Well, we love you Bahamas people, man. It's great.
Yeah. It's really hot down here.
It's hot?
Yeah.
Hot as hell, I bet.
Yeah.
I know. So how's business?
Business is all right. We own a liquor store.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you do a big business, huh?
Yeah.
I bet after all those Americans come down there and plunge their brains out on Paradise Island in the casino, they come over and get smashed out of their mind, right?
Yeah, well, now where the summertime's coming, we've gotten even more customers than last year. You know,
Really?
Like,
Well, those are probably all the people who left Bayside. They're on their way to the Bahamas now.
we got like about 4,000 customers last year, and this year's like about 6,000 because we keep a record of everything.
Holy moly, as they say in Hialeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad that business is booming, and we're going to be down to see you.
Okay.
What's the name of your store? No, we better not do it, huh?
No, we are not.
Okay. Well, whatever works for you.
Okay.
Okay, good luck to you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, we're big down there in the Bahamas. Now, what I was starting to say only moments ago, the only reason I took the call, it said collect on the screen, and we're a very cheap outfit. We're not going to, sitting here with an 85 share, but we have an open line in each county if you'd like to join us, ladies and gentlemen. In Dade County, 624-9400, and in Broward, 524-9400. Let's keep them filled for Stan. In fact, if you want to talk to Stan, you can call in now. We'll put you on hold. And then Kyle will clear the board at 2 o'clock. I had an idea. Turn on his mic for a minute. No, we're not going to turn it around. Okay? Because these are very directional mics. Is it on? It's on. And it's useless because they can't hear you. It's faced the other way. Don't touch it under penalty of death. Under penalty of cackle removal. Now, you might tap on it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's as close to hearing Glenn today as you're going to get. Oh, is this his boyfriend? What's the matter? He wants to bribe us? What are you going to give us to put Glenn on the air? What's the deal? Come on, what is it? Willing to give you a Neil Rogers voodoo doll from his Santeria priest if we'll put you on the air. No, that's not good enough. How about if you bring us a live Jason Gedrick doll? Would that be okay?
Front page of the Miami Herald.
And the Herald.
The Haitian Daily News.
Yep, and he made the front page of Santeria ritual news, too. He did.
All right, so come on down, Stan, next week on Friday evening. We're having a little ritual down on Okeechobee Road down there, and you're cordially invited.
He'll be there.
And, by the way, send us a couple clippings of your hair and fingernails in an envelope.
Okay.
Okay?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
See you later. 24 before 2 at WIOD. Mr. Cackle over here is just starting to lose it. He's starting to absolutely fall apart at the seams. He is. He's losing it. Because we've kept him off mic for almost 4 hours today. Let's see a show on the phone of all the people who are delighted that we've kept Cacklebox. Well, hey, listen, that's nitpicking. They're already all lit. Now, there's one in Broward that's not lit. Come on, let's see from all those people who really are tickled to death that, yeah, see, it's lit already immediately. An immediate show of strength from the Broward audience. Boy, they are thankful. They're grateful. They're going to be sending us gifts, frankincense and myrrh, just for keeping you off the air for one day. It's like we've given them a bonus. Sweetwater, hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had you on speakerphone.
Okay, you say what, sir?
I just called to say I never listened to your show. This is the first time, and I'm really enjoying it.
Are you serious? Where have you been?
Guess where? WIOD.
Oh, my God, another Sandy. You must be in hysterics.
Well, not exactly.
No.
So
let's not get carried away.
I've been getting a little tired of it lately anyway, because just like a lot of other people say, the switch, you never know when you turn the radio on what we're going to be there.
Exactly. You have to have a big scorecard and a gigantic rubber eraser with the IOD lineup.
And it was getting to be a pain in the neck.
It almost seemed like Chuck Tanner's the manager over there at IOD.
But I just called to say I like your format. I like the way you run your show. Very similar to Bill Calder's.
Exactly.
And
only he
I
wins
like
at
him
the
also,
track.
but I can't stay up late to listen to him anymore, so I'm going to have to start listening to your show.
Well, I'll tell him that you said so.
Okie dokie.
Thanks a lot.
All right, bye-bye.
Did you hear that, Bill? There's somebody out there who likes you. Calder doesn't care. He had a big day at the track yesterday. By the way, speaking of the ball games and Chuck Tanner, I heard the shot that both of you took at me. It was on Friday, I think, when Stan was so desperate that he brought the begged Cacklebox to come in the studio.
No, I
for
wasn't
watching ball games
desperate.
on the cable.
No.
For watching ball games. I love to watch ball games. What's wrong with that?
I was not desperate. You had not allowed him on your program.
Yeah.
And
well, then
by
today,
demand.
Then today you ought to have him on for 4 hours, I would think.
No, you're sticking around today.
For briefly.
What is this briefly, Jazz? You made a commitment last week. You haven't been on my show since I began.
That's not true. The first day I was on almost the whole show when you were begging with your insecurity.
No, I just want to know which buttons to push.
In addition to which, most of your callers don't like me anyway. I hear all that stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, does he have a purse?
Well,
I hear all that
carried
stuff.
away with
No, I
that.
don't have a purse. Although, you know who used to work here who does have a little purse? Larry Kent has a little purse. He does.
Jerry Williams has one.
Jerry Williams has a purse.
Think Don Johnson has one?
Oh, yeah, we know Don Johnson's got one. You can see it in that picture. Oh, you mean a purse? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. What do you think about guys with earrings and purses? That would be a good show. And tattoos. What do you think about women with tattoos and earrings and bones in their nose?
You better put Glenn on. Show's dying.
What's wrong with... No, it only died since you came in. What's wrong with watching baseball? Mr. Sports Jock over here.
Oh, watching the exciting Atlanta Braves.
I like the Braves.
Oh.
Braves are a good ball club. No, I don't just like Dale Murphy.
Have a sexual thing for Dale Murphy.
That's very true. There's no question about it. I admit it. And if you've got his home number, we'll call him right now. We'll call him and Steve Eiserman. We'll get them on together. And I can have a little excitement on the show finally. I even like the ugly players on the Braves. How's that for being an equal opportunity fan? You don't become a fan of a team because the players are good looking. How could I be a Pirates fan all these years? One of the prerequisites of playing for the Pirates, you've got to be extra ugly.
I'm having a tough time this year, though, because I'm still a Phillies fan.
Oh, good luck to you.
I know.
I love the Mets. I love the Mets, and I watched a lot of the games
yesterday. Well, that's why I like the Cubs. All the
it.
Cubs are former Phillies.
See, the Phillies have some good-looking players. That's why they never do anything. You have to get ugly players. You have to get more guys like Mike Schmidt who are real ugly. And that guy in right field with the glasses,